Hi, welcome to my home. I'm Lance Holt, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about my interest in tattoos. But first, a bit about me. Lance Holt, named after Lance Revenlow, the heir to the Revlon fortune. I think it was because Dad thought I would either be a millionaire or a cool race car driver. But sorry, Dad. I ended up falling into graphic arts and theater arts. So I'm neither a millionaire nor do I race. But I can't say that I regret that at all, because I've lived a very adventurous life, and I'm very pleased with what I've done so far. The marriage to my first wife is where I got my tattoo. I designed these both for myself and her. They're wedding bands. They're modeled after the Celtic style. It's a Celtic wolf, and above it in runes, in Anglo-Saxon, are the words Ecce somni mit Adrianus soul in lufa, which roughly translated is forever united with my wife's soul in love. And in mine, I included a pentagram of my own design, because it's one of the oldest symbols known to man. You can find it in virtually every great religion of the world. It's always been a symbol for protection. So I felt like, for me, a tattoo has to mean something. It's got to be something that serves a purpose, whether or not it's a commemoration of something. It provides you with some kind of spiritual protection, which I don't mind hedging my bets. So that's the tattoo. I had an opportunity to travel all over the world with the Department of Defense overseas shows. It's like the USO's poor cousin. And we did murder mysteries where they need it most, like in Bosnia and Hungary and Turkey, and I went over to 30 countries. Fascinating time, and I had an opportunity to, whenever I could, to get away from the pack and explore the native cultures, like being introduced to rare beef tartare in Turkey. I know is considered dangerous by some, but I've always felt like, when in Rome, do as the Romans. If I had an opportunity to go to Japan and study the art of tattoo there, I think I would really want to explore some of the culture outside of strictly the tattoo art. I believe that there's a lot of connection to that tattoo art and older forms of animism and spirituality, which have branches and tendrils that touch all kinds of aspects of life in Japanese culture, like the Kung Fu culture, like some Shinto and some of the other older forms of religion. Like perhaps, and I think this would be really interesting to explore, your popular culture and what kids today are doing with the tattoo art, and comparing and contrasting that to some tattoo art that can be still found in the Japanese underworld. I think that would be a fascinating topic. I'm the type of person that's really hands-on, so I would, if given an opportunity to participate in a ritual of tattoo, I would be first in line. Now, I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to fill up my arm with tattoos. Of course, I'm not saying I won't either, but I'm definitely hands-on in terms of finding out why people do certain things, what kind of art means what to them. Be fascinating. I'm there. Being welcomed into a secret society, I'm not going to pretend that I know the answer, but I certainly feel like I have an advantage over most in that I really sincerely want to learn. I am respectful of differing worldviews. I'm a type of person who's kind of more all-inclusive as opposed to exclusive. So I really like getting deeply involved in somebody's idea of the world, or spirituality, or just art. So I believe that my sincerity and my interest will carry me through quite a ways into perhaps being invited into a society where I can learn some of the nuances and explain them to lay people all over the U.S. I have here a little lime juice and some red hot peppers. So let's go ahead and try the lime juice first. I may try it afterwards either too, because if the peppers get too hot, I'll be using the lime juice again. All right, I'll be interviewing my cameraman, Sean. Ready, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Sean, tell me a little bit about your experience with tattoos, if any?
I don't really have any experience.
Pretty high.
How is it?
It's actually very tasty. It's very hot too. With the intent of getting a tattoo?
No, just interest, morbid interest.
Morbid interest. Interesting use of words. Tell me what is your interest in it? I mean, is there an attraction or a repulsion? Tell me a little bit about
Like an omega sign on Tuesday, and then on Thursday I changed my mind. I'd want an alpha.
But now, okay, now you've chosen a couple of symbols as opposed to Yosemite Sam. So,
Which I think is a total wit. Why would somebody even?
well, tell me about that. Why do you think? Do you think it's invalid for somebody to have something as what somebody might term as frivolous as a Yosemite Sam or a Bugs Bunny, as opposed to somebody with an omega sign?
You know, it just seems more serious. I think it's a serious thing, putting on a tattoo.
I like that. Tell me more about the seriousness of it.
Because you're gonna have it forever.
Absolutely. Too. So, isn't it? Anyway, thanks, Sean, and I hope to convince you to get a tattoo. Let's go. Come on, let's go get one. You know, there's a couple of things I missed. I wanted to mention to you that that one of the adventures I had actually right after my divorce with my first wife was I signed aboard and sailed a while on the Lady Washington, which was an 18th century brig. And very first day I got on board, captain allowed me to go aloft on the Tgallant, which is about 80 feet above sea level, and what a thrill and an amazing experience.
Is it dangerous?
Well, hell yeah, very. But the thrill certainly outdid the danger. Plus, it was a calm sea. But one day I'm going to go back on a rough sea. I promise. And before that, I had some great opportunities overseas, playing the role of William Eaton in the History Channel's docudrama The Battle of Tripoli. And then just last year I played Captain Henry Morgan in True Caribbean Pirates. So, and that was in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So Morocco, San Juan, Puerto Rico, on board the USS Constitution. This opportunity I get on occasion to touch history thrills me beyond description.
How does that relate to tattoos?
Well, I think that it relates to tattoos and the idea of putting a show like this, in that that we get a chance to touch on history. We get a chance to touch on, like I said, worldviews and reasons behind tattoos, and different cultures. And I think that's fascinating stuff because so many things relate. They tie into each other. All right. Well, I think hopefully I've touched all the bases that you were asking about, and I really thank you for the opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself and what I see this show to be. So this is Lance Holt, signing off.